And here, let me just fix this chat. How's everybody doing? Try and fix that so you're not got the glare of my light in your face. I'm exhausted. How's it going? Let me just go behind the fan for a minute. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm okay when I'm sitting, but getting up and standing right now are really, really difficult. My knees have they kept me awake all last night. So just give me a second here. I just set the timers on my canners. And now, you've all seen me can potatoes and dehydrate carrots and freeze peppers. And what you're getting on Friday is... because I've given myself some time. I've got a couple of videos already uploaded, but on Friday, you guys are going to get everything I did with the shopping I did yesterday, with the potatoes, with the carrots. I'm not even done yet, guys. Potatoes, carrots, onions, and peppers, and I'm going to show you what I got for how much I spent, and how much money you save when you do things yourself. It's just a lot of work, and I'm in a lot of pain. So while everybody while everybody gets here, I'm going to retreat behind the fan for a couple of minutes, and then I'll come out and say hi. Make sure, if you want me to say hi, make sure you've said hello or something in the chats, or you won't show up on the participants list. Howie's at the races. Something broke on his car. Nothing huge, just a little part. But he says he's probably not going to race now until the Spooktacular. And that gives him time to apparently he's still having transmission issues. And now he's got a lifter or something on the engine's not working right. So, hi, Martin. How are you, darling? Yeah, I went off of Facebook, but I realized that not just you guys, I had a lot of local contacts for businesses in my in groups. So I thought, you know what? I'm still going to do my gab, but I've got to keep my Facebook open. So let me say hi in just a second. Oh yeah, he's not racing again now until Thanksgiving weekend, which is like the 9th of October. So I did my peppers, started the work on my peppers Friday night, finished it Saturday morning, did the prep work on Saturday for my onions, finished them this morning. I've dehydrated carrots. I got potatoes dehydrating. I got canners full, and I'm not done. I'm nowhere near done. I'm going to have another day of it. So on Friday, you're going to get, this is what I did with that stuff, and this is how much I saved. Hope it doesn't snow by then. Not here. Well, now I can't say that because I remember having my pumpkins outside on a bale of straw with some flowers for Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving is October 11th this year. It's always the second Monday in October, October 10th this year. And so it always runs around, between between the 8th and the 12th, somewhere in there is our Thanksgiving. And that year, I had to bring I put the pumpkins out on the straw bale and all the beautiful flowers and stuff. And then we had a snowstorm. And I had to bring all the pumpkins inside because normally I would set them there and just the night before Halloween, I would carve them. We would carve them. But I had to bring them in and carve them all up before Thanksgiving and roast them all because we got snow. All right, it's time for me to say hi to everybody. Let me just put you on tilt for a second here while I go over here and pop out the participants. And let me say hi to Audrey Abbott, Seychelle, aloha, darling, Celeste Auto Care. Corey C's here. I guess you're not hi. Elaine E. Aaron, Isabel Rudd, excuse me. Jean Kubicek, Jill V, Jim Ward, Joe Mama, Life of Jessica and Pets, Linda Bopp, Linda Chandler, Malka, hi darling, Marla Cato, Martin Rios. I'm so glad you could be here with us. Mary Cook, Prepping for Heaven, Rosie Slade, Sally Starnes, Samantha Brown, Sandra Moore, Sandy Wilkerson, Susan Goulet. I'm running out of space here. Susie, Tina Elliott, and Virginia Stewart. Now let me pop this out. Pop out my chat so I can see it better. No, I don't want it that big. Thank you. I just want it over here. I don't want it double sized. Okay, I'll have to put it in the center. So, yeah, I overdid it. When I went to Maxi in Hull, or in Gatineau with Briar, I took a full shopping cart. I couldn't take the electric cart. A, I was feeling pretty perky. And B, everything I bought would not have fit. Right? If I could have crammed another bag of carrots and another bag of potatoes and another bag of onions and 4 more bags of peppers, I would have. And I would have killed myself looking after it this weekend because I'm still doing it. Hoy! I heard from Hydro Quebec that our power is going, I guess they're trimming trees and stuff, and they're shutting the power off on Tuesday, which is the day I want to take off. And that's kind of sucks. Well, I guess I could watch my shows on my phone, right? I could watch my Amazon Prime shows on my phone, or even on my laptop. No, not the laptop. But they're going to be shutting the power off, they said, from between 7:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. Do you know how long that is? 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1, 32, 33, 30. That's like 8 hours. I may be without power. So the chickens I put in the deep freeze. The only thing in the deep freeze right now is, I tell you, I was in bed, Yoshi. I was in bed last night at 7:30, and I did not sleep well. My knees were so bad. But what was I saying before that? Yeah, the power is going to be out. So the only meat in my deep freeze right now is 4 chickens. And so what I'm going to do is, because my 2 small freezers, my vegetable freezer is half full, and my bread and butter freezer is over half full, because they're just small freezers. I'm going to take my chicken out and put it in the vegetable freezer in a bag, so that when the power goes out, there's enough frozen stuff in the small freezer to keep the chicken frozen. Whereas the only thing left in my deep freeze is my flour, and it's already been frozen, and it won't hurt it to thaw and refreeze because it's got no real moisture in it. Hey, Tony G! Bev, put hot water in thermos to make yourself hot teas through the day. Oh, you know what? I just might make a big pot of tea. I just might. My knees are bad. Normally, my left knee is my bad knee, or always was until recently. And then I've been having a pain in my right knee. And when I lay on my side at night, I have to rearrange my legs because I can't put my legs together because the weight of my other leg on my right knee really hurts. Well, by the time I figured out what caused my knees to go wonky too, is I put trays in the freezers of peppers. And then I had to go out and bring them in. And then I had to bag them and put them back in the freezer. I dehydrated carrots. I froze trays of onions in and out, in and out, in and out, up and down from the porch into the house, back down into the porch, over and over and over and over and over again. Not to mention the fact that I schlepped all those groceries, not from my parking space in front of the house, but from the driveway, because there's firewood in the way. And the coach was in the way on Friday. So I got up my walker, took me 5 trips to get all the groceries. You figure this: 40 pounds of potatoes, 10 pounds of carrots, 30 pounds of onions, 10 pounds of chicken, or 6 pounds of chicken, or 8 pounds of chicken. And all of these things then had to be they had to be bought, packed in the truck, unpacked, and then put on my walker and walked up the driveway to my porch, put them on the porch, go back. And it took me 5 trips to the porch, then 5 trips from the porch into the kitchen. And then I had, you know what I mean? That was Friday. And I started cutting peppers Friday night. And I've been on my feet ever since. I was in bed at 7:30 last night. My left knee won't bend. Well, it's bent right now because I'm sitting. But when I walk, I feel like I've got a peg leg. My knee it's not working right. You got some great deals on that, though. Wow, I just got back from the store. It was horrible. Well, the thing is, Barbara, a little red wagon. Well, I'm going to get a golf cart. I'm going to get a golf cart, but it'll mostly be for the races. I don't know. But I have a scooter, but it doesn't work on gravel well, right? And schlepping isn't its thing, but the walker does really well because I just put everything on the seat and walk it up like I did filling the dirt buckets for the tomato gardens. Try the women's pain patch at Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart. Has lavender in it, might help your knees. I don't shop at Walmart. Every Walmart the Walmarts here in Quebec, at least the ones I've been to, have all gone to self-checkout. So bye-bye Walmart. And it's really odd. It's really odd. Because every time I see another store that has open self-checkouts, I always use the cashier. And when I get up to the cashier, I say, do you realize those are going to replace your jobs? Oh, no, my boss says that's just so people have blah, blah, blah. They all have one version or different versions of the same thing. Oh, no, my boss says that's just because. We're doing that just because. We're doing that to put more people on the floor for you, one way or another. And I go, honey, is your boss really going to tell you that your job's in jeopardy? Of course he's not. I said, have you been to Walmart lately? So, I mean, I'm not, yelling or anything. I'm just asking people, wake up. Self-checkouts, and there's only 2 cashiers on, 4 people waiting in line, and the manager or whatever kept coming out and bugging the cashier, so it took longer, right? And something you didn't see, well, you might have seen in the videos, was when I was saying that I showing on camera that the self-checkouts were in full swing. There was an arrow pointing to the self-checkout saying exit. You had to actually go down an aisle and around a display to get to the checkouts, to the cashiers. It's all well laid out. Last time I was in Walmart, there were tons of employees doing shopping for pickup, and they are rude when they're doing it. Bev, Carolyn Stewart has a question regarding potatoes for you. Oh, thank you, Jean. Where are we, Carolyn Stewart? Carolyn, if I can't... Can I peel potatoes and blanch the next day? Yes. Yes. I did that last night. The last thing I did before I went to bed was peel, chop, and my half-inch cubed potatoes for the dehydrator. Put them in a big plastic dish pan with cold water and a shot of lemon juice. I just put a lid on them. and they were fine. I blanched them this morning, and they are on the dehydrator now. You should leave them in water. A Water with lemon juice will stop them from going black on the dehydrator if you're dehydrating them. And B, when you leave them in water, when you pour that water off, you're rinsing off a lot of the starch. And starch, excess starch on the outside of the potatoes can cause things to go mushy or black. When you're mushy if you're canning, and black if you're dehydrating. I still have 15 pounds, no, probably 18 pounds. I've got about 22, 23 pounds canning, 11 pounds in the dehydrator, and I've got one more batch to go in the canner after these ones cool down. I got to do one more canner load. And then tomorrow I'm going to get fancy with dehydrating and oven roasting seasoned potatoes for the freezer. I started taking curcumin for my knee pain, and it has helped immensely. I probably eventually need, yeah, me too. I mean, knee replacement runs in my family. Just runs in my family. I got my dad's needs. I'm trying to prolong that as possible. Well, the older we get, the less I trust the hospitals. Oh, I hear a big old tractor next door. I miss Henry. Neighborhood watch in full swing. So, and then later this week, when I've taken a day off, I'm taking Tuesday off. I just might lay in bed and read a book. I don't know, but I might go out and weed the garden. Or I might go get that's what I'll do, is I'll go chop down all my celery. Because I'm going to juice it. And anything good, I will dice and freeze. But I noticed a lot of my larger celery were hollow. So anything that's not freezer worthy, because I have some in the pantry, so I'm not going to can anymore. But anything not freezer worthy is going to be put through the juicer, and then the pulp is going to be dehydrated and ground for celery powder. I don't know. I said, hey, what happened to Henry? I heard them over there. And he said, oh, we had to get rid of him, blah, 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 blah. And I couldn't hear the rest, but I think somebody complained. Howie's on his way, should be on his way home from the races. Well, yes, it is. Oh, you know what I'm going to do on Tuesday? I'm going to plant my flowers. I'm pulling up most of my tomato plants. They're all dying off. Gracie, hush and wait for Daddy. Please, I cannot walk out there right now. Trust me, she understands what I'm saying. Improved immensely, but it works for so many things. Good. Got to start driving. Yes, I'm working today. Going to listen. Have a blessed day. Okay, Louise. So, yeah, so he's gone. I guess he got moved to another farm, but I miss him. I mean, I felt secure every time he hee-hawed. He did it only once at night, and that's because I'm pretty sure there were coyotes in the pasture, right? Donkeys are great neighborhood watch. Of course, Lisa. I will sing happy birthday. Oh, on Tuesday? No, I'll have to do it now, honey, because I don't go live. Tuesdays and Saturdays, I do not go live. I reserve those days, Tuesday for a day off, and Saturday to work, especially in canning season. So I will sing it to you right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lisa. Happy birthday to you. Mwah. Oh, right. That's what I'm going to do. Tuesday, while the power's out, while Hydro's doing I hope they're going to take the tree down, because they're responsible for the hydro lines 100 feet into my house. So there's a dead poplar hanging over the lines, and it's too dangerous for Howie to take down. So I hope they're going to do that. Well, I'll sing to you on Thursday, Malka, because Wednesday's a little too far away. You'll be 62. Well, I'll sing when I get when I'm 64. When you turn 64, how about that? So what I'm going to do is I bought while I went shopping. You might have saw a glimpse of them in my cart. I bought two potted mums, the really deep red wine ones, and they were $5.99. I usually spend like $12 for them at Costco. So my cabbage beds are full of marigolds. So I think I'm going to go out and putter and pull up the dead tomatoes and plant my front beds, my tomato beds, with mums and marigolds for the fall. Tell your company about the tree. Oh, trust me. I'll be, I will be phoning them and saying, hey, if you're going to be turning my power out, like, what exactly do you mean you're going to be working? They're going to be cutting trees around the fire line, around the hydro lines. So I'm pretty sure the poplar hanging over our fire, there's two trees hanging over our hydro lines. And that was one thing that drove me crazy when I first moved to Quebec, because in Ontario, oh, she's howling, Daddy's pulling in. When we lived in Ontario, you lived in the country, always were they keeping the trees trimmed back from the power lines, right? Here in Quebec, even after the ice storm, they're like, nah, whatever. Tree falls down, crews get work, right? Non, mon français n'est pas bon. N'est pas bon. Je comprends mieux que je parle, but I don't speak French. I can say bonjour, bonne journée, pang, oh, occasional words. I was better when I worked in the bakery because you had to learn. Driving through the Ozarks, listening to my favorite lady up north. Oh, the Ozarks, what beautiful country. That's Missouri, right? Or Missouri? How do you pronounce it? 66. It's 70 here, misty and rainy. I think fall is in the air. No hot weather in the forecast. Well, we've had some quite warm weather, but I'm going for a swim tonight. I'm definitely going for a swim tonight. I don't care if it's cool out. The pool's heated, and the pool's staying on until we light our first fire. And last year, that was in August. Oh, yeah, Daddy's home. I can hear the coach. Yay! So, yeah, I got my timers on and my canners. I'm in a lot of pain, but Howie doesn't know it yet, but he's cooking supper. I honest to God, don't care if it's a couple of hot dogs. Because, oh, I made the best pickles. You know those green tomato, zucchini, onion, pepper pickles with the curry and the mustard powder and the celery seed? And the brown sugar and the cider vinegar, are they ever good? I had to go and make like 6 quarts more. No, what did I make? I made 7 pints and 2 quarts of it. I just went out and I tasted it and I was like, wow. And on a hamburger, oh my goodness, do you know I was tempted to put it on a peanut butter sandwich? I kid you not. The swim well helped my knees too. I was tempted to put it on a peanut butter sandwich, but I'm trying to keep the bread at bay, right? So I know I ate, a toasted tomato sandwich for supper last night because I worked all day. And it was that. I did not have the time and the energy to stand there and toss a salad. I just didn't. So I had a toasted tomato sandwich for supper last night. But I was looking at the peanut butter because the peanut butter we get is like Kirkland brand or any kind of Just Nuts peanut butter, right? Just ground nut peanuts. And I thought, it's not salty. It's not sweet. There's no sugar in it or anything like that. I bet you on raw peanut butter, those pickles would be delicious on a sandwich. I'm not kidding. I'm going to try it and I'll let you know. Do I do a video or not? Hey, Gypsy Mama, how's it going? Recipe, okay, hang on a second. They're really good. Let me go over to our half-acre homestead here. And chow pickles. I call them chow pickles, but they're like a bread and butter pickle recipe. Yummy green tomato chow pickles. Oh, they're so good. Hang on. Restore chat. Hit F11. Here's the recipe. And I bet you dollars to donuts, they're like on a burger or on a hot dog. They're amazing. I had one on a burger. Okay. I had some on a burger. And you can replace the zucchini with cucumber if you have cucumber. Okay. So on a cheese sandwich, right? On a no unsweetened raw peanut butter sandwich, on a burger, on a hot dog. Hell, I put a little jar. I made the chicken and salad one night, and I put the little jar of pickles beside Howard. And he goes, "What's that?" And I said, "You try that." When he was done supper, he was eating them out of the jar with a fork. What's outrageous? What's outrageous? Gotta go, Bev. Med's wearing off. You have a great chat. Okay, Marla. Take care, honey. Marla, sorry. Take care, honey. Hey, Mama Dukes. 30 seconds. What? Hey, I saw that chow pickle video. Thought it was another one. No, this is it's not the same as my green tomato bread and butter pickles. This has got curry in it and mustard powder and salt and brown sugar. And don't let the amount of the lack, like when you soak all your pickles in salt and you drain them and rinse them, don't let the small amount of sugar and vinegar fool you, because once you start to cook them, they release more juice. Okay, so don't think, oh, that's not going to cover. It will. Trust me, it will. Okay. Brown sugar, cider vinegar. I used cucumbers or zucchini sliced, sweet peppers slices, sliced onion, sliced green tomatoes. And I was out of turmeric, so I used curry powder instead. And it was like, so curry powder, mustard powder, and celery seed. They're just the bomb. I mean, if you Cheese Whiz people or Velveeta people, I'm going to be making some Velveeta to make my cheese stretch. But if I make my Velveeta cheese, you slice that, put it on toast with them bread and butter, them green tomato chow pickles. Oh my goodness. You're welcome, Linda. I was standing in fancy dress shoes for 4 hours. Straight feet hurt. I understand, Bev. Oh, yeah, my knees. My knees are just from being locked and filling the canners and because I did like 23 pounds of potatoes. That's why I'm so grateful I got my new big stock pot. But they all had to be chopped and washed and then drained and then dropped. They filled my big stock pot. Then they had to be brought up. And I didn't bring them up to a boil because the pot was so... There's my timer. I got to go shut the first canner off. Remind me what I was talking about. I couldn't bring them to a boil because it would have taken too long and cooked all the potatoes on the bottom. So when they were like bubbling a little bit, I just let them bubble for about 3 minutes. Ow! Got to go shut off the first canner, and then my timer's going to go off on the other canner. Got another 8 minutes on the other canner. The other canner was a smaller canner. Oh, I didn't shut the timer off. Oh. So I didn't boil the potatoes for 2 minutes. I put them, I filled the stock pot was half boiling, half full and boiling hard. And I dumped all the potatoes in. And it was like that far from the top, and I put the lid on. And when it came up so that there's this bit of scum on the top of the water, you know the starch is set. And I started, and then I had 2 big dish pans or bowls of water, cold water. And I had to take half of the potatoes out into these dish pans because I couldn't have lifted it. And then the rest I dumped into the sink, and then I got them all under cold water so that when I put them back in the stock pot for canning, they were warm, but they weren't cold and they weren't hot, because you got to cool them down when you got a huge stock pot like that. You got to cool them down considerably, or they'll just continue to cook. And when you get to the bottom of the stock pot, the potatoes you want to can are going to be mashed, you know? I'm having a really hard time with my knees. I can be walking and they just luck up. Yeah, I get that. I fell a few times because of it, and oh man, does it hurt when they do it. I know. My balance is not right. My balance isn't like I could be fine, but if I'm standing there and I go to lean sideways and reach for something, my center of gravity shifts or something. And I'm like, holy shit, when did I become so less agile? And then I was showing Howie that for the first time in a few years, my wedding rings fit. See? That is the very first ring Howie ever bought me. It's sapphires and diamond chips, and he got it for me our first Christmas together. And then we got married, and there's our wedding band. And this diamond was his dad's outboard Marine retirement ring. And he had it remade into a 10-year anniversary solitaire for me. And here's my family ring. So I don't wear a lot of jewelry. Well, when I'm doing my chopping, yeah, I'm sitting at the island in a good stout chair. But it was mostly my knees are from going in and out of the porch. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing dehydrating potato slices, and I'm going to have an ingenious way to do it. I'm going to be doing potato slices for dehydrating and potato wedges, seasoned and par roasted, and then cooled for the freezer. I was shocked when I saw my reflection in the hospital doors because of my bad left knee. My left leg is bowed out tremendously. Well, I haven't been able to do the bouncy because of my knees this weekend. I mean, I know I don't bend my knees, but when I get going in the routine, I like to bounce from one foot to the other and bend my knees. And I had to save every bit of energy I have to get through tomorrow. This whole video you're getting on Friday, probably going to be about 15 minutes long, because it takes you from when I got home with all the shopping to everything I did and how much all of these products in my freezers and pantry cost. So you're going to get a full idea of what it is. Even if you don't have a garden, you can take advantage of sales. And by doing the work yourself, you get 3 times as much quality product as you would if you bought it prepared. You understand? Oh yeah. I'm down 26 pounds. Unfortunately, I ate boiled eggs and toast for supper Friday and a toasted tomato sandwich last night. So but Monday to Friday pretty much is, especially like when I'm not, like Friday was a really busy day and it was a choice. It was make boiled eggs and toast or bounce on your bouncer because you haven't eaten all day. So I had supper at like 6:30, quarter to 7 on Friday night. Yeah, I'm losing some, but yeah, I'm doing the best I can. I have a friend, Joe. I call him Pa, but he has a really bad knee. I haven't seen Harold in a long time. And when he walks, his left knee, I think it's his left knee, goes right out like that. That's like, geez, Dad, you should get your knee replaced. No, I don't want nothing to do with hospitals and doctors. And that was it. So get you a ball book of canning. Okay, Shelly, what? I would like to start pressure canner. Do you have any tips? Yes. Read the instruction manual. Don't follow rebel canners. Read the instruction manual. And then watch people who do trusted methods of canning. Like somebody said the other, like when I was doing my storing flour and rice video, I said it is not recommended that you oven can flour. Like that you oven can anything, dry can in the oven with jars. It's not recommended. But I've done it, and I understand people who don't have the freezer space. I understand why they do. Hey, Cheryl from Long Island, how's it going? I know, my knees are killing me. That's amazing, Bev. Even with eating the foods that aren't on your plan, you just get back on that wagon. I'm proud of you. Well, I mean, you know, looking after yourself takes time. And in harvest season or canning season, time is not something I have a lot of, right? Like last night, I should have chopped all my other potatoes for canning today, but I was in bed at 7:30 because I couldn't stand another minute. And to get up out of a chair one more time or go in and out of the porch one more time, I wasn't sure I was going to be, that I wasn't going to fall. So I have to know my limitations, and I've pretty much pushed them a lot this weekend. It was hey, Kingdom Artist, it was a great haul. I had an uncle, gotta go shut my other canner off. Be right back. Oh. Howie! Oh. So our timers have gone off. I had to set two different timers because this was a smaller canner on a smaller burner. And so they started hissing at different times. Now, folks, please let your canners cool down naturally. Don't wriggle this. Don't take it off. Don't wrap it in wet towels. Don't immerse it in cold water. Letting the canners cool naturally until they are comfortable to handle is part of the canning process. If you were managed to open these too soon, A, you could get very badly burnt, and B, your jars could explode. You just got to let them cool down naturally. Boy. Boy. You know what? I'm just going to, this is my old phone that doesn't have a SIM card, and I use it for radio, like for Spotify and all kinds of stuff. But you know what? I'm going to set all my canning times on the timer, and then I'll just go, oh, potatoes, boom. Right? Makes sense? So I've got one more jar or one more canner of potatoes to do. You wish you could get deals like that in California. Oh my God. Hey, critter lover Jesse. Tonight, after you take them out of the water, I rinse mine again and then blot them dry. I love to hear her talk to herself when we're all here. No, I wasn't talking to myself. I was talking to the camera. You'll see it. Oh, let your canners cool down naturally. You know the drill. Um, it depends on how you're doing them, chunks, slices, or shreds. I blanch till almost due. I can regular salsa, beets, and salsa verde this week. Man, that is work. Yeah, tell me about it. Howie's like, you gonna make chili sauce? No, I made ketchup. Why didn't you make chili sauce? Because I can't dice tomato. I have to peel the tomatoes with a peeler and then dice them. There's no like blanching them and peeling them, and it doesn't really work. They start to go mushy. So I was told I'm close to being type 2 diabetic, have to make changes. It's scary. Well, I'll tell you what, eat more whole food plant-based diet, cut out a lot of breads, rice, pasta, potatoes, cut all the white stuff out. And even whole grain breads got sugar and stuff in them to make them taste so good. So you be really careful with the carbs. Eat more salads and eat more salads. I mean, I'm stuck on my tomato, lettuce, and cucumber with lemon and olive oil dressing and garlic powder. I just love that. Actually, it's making me hungry. I haven't eaten today, though. So, is it too late for beets? What do you mean, is it too late for beets? To plant them? It depends on where you live. Mine are only this big. I don't know if they're gonna make me another. I may have just wasted a package of beet seeds. But you never know. And I am going to leave my parsnips in the garden until the first good frost, because apparently it sweetens them. To plant in Texas, I don't think it's too late. They're a cold weather crop. When do you get your first hard frost? If you get your first, you can plant them 65 days, 2 and a bit months before your first hard frost. And you'll get something. Hi, Alice. How are you, darling? Hey, I'm turned black. The crew was helping. No, it's when you wake up saying, wait a minute, I missed something. Not to waste, you can eat the greens even if you don't the balls. That's true. That's true. Cheryl, eat cactus in your meals. It's yummy too. They cook in like 20 minutes and they can add meat or scrambled eggs. Tomatoes is yummy. Hey, Skippy Jones. I have never eaten cactus. We had a mobile home in Arizona for 2-3 years. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome. How you doing, Skippy? Oh, Alice, you're doing good. Great. Well, you know what, guys? I'm going to cut out early, and I'm really, really sorry, unless anybody has questions. Yeah, I just thought of cactus. But then people make prickly pear cactus jelly, right? I mean, I've seen people make corncob jelly. And I go, why would I make corn cob? Someone said, make corn cob jelly with all them cobs. I'd give the cobs to the chickens. I said, why would I make corn cob jelly with the cobs? It's just sugar, right? Hey, cooking mom. I'm prickly pear. Some people call it prickly pear cactus. Okay. Yeah. It's a pain. Well, that's why you have them rubberized gloves. I learned the hard way in having cactuses in our garden back in Arizona. Yeah, I burnt myself on the oven making ketchup. I'm really tired and I'm in a lot of pain. I still have one more canner to do. And then I will call it a day. I love you guys. Let's have let's have some spiritual nourishment, shall we? You connect to your faith, I'll connect to mine, and whatever, if anything I say doesn't agree with your faith, then leave it out. The whole purpose, and you don't have to stay, there's no judgment. The whole purpose of coming together in spiritual nourishment is that we can take all the light and the love that our faith gives us, and we can join hands and we can share it and therefore amplify it, right? It doesn't have to be about religion. It can just be about faith. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry, Tammy M. I'm leaving early today because I'm just in a lot of... My knees are so sore, it's starting to affect my hips because I'm walking odd, right? Give a kiss to me before you go. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right. For all those who care to, please help me close with a nice stretch of spiritual love. Let's take some deep breaths. Inhale the positive. Exhale the negative. Inhale the faith. Exhale the fear. Hey, God, creator and one source of all. How's it going? You know what, God? Thank you for my pain today, because it means I'm still functioning. It means I put in a good day's work. And thank you for helping me through my pain. I'm not going to ask you to take it away, God. That's my job. That's my job with Better Living. But I am totally grateful for all the energy that you have given me to get my tasks done this weekend. Thank you for that, God. And thank you for all my friends and YouTube family that come here and we talk and we sing and we talk about things that matter in our everyday lives. Some people are having a hard time, God, so we lift those people up to you and know that as we lift them up to you, that your love will shine down on them. And even if they don't know where it's coming from, they will have moments of peace or stretches of peace to get them through their day, because we ask for them, God. And then you said, ask and you shall receive, right? Oh, but God, here we sit with our hands and hearts linked across the world. And we ask that you fill us with the light of your love so that as we walk forward, the darkness parts before us like Moses in the Red Sea. Because we know the one thing darkness cannot abide, and that's the light. So thank you, God, for bringing us together and keeping us together and keeping us going forward into a new day. Thank you for all your blessings and the light of your love. Amen. Namaste. Shalom. Peace be with you. Merry meet. Merry part. Blessed be. Miigwech. Walk in the shining light and love of God. Whatever language you use to talk to your faith or your higher power. Hey, God is all good all the time. Everything else is just to be fluffed aside as we go forward. Take care. God bless.